Here we have a box that I just got from Amazon. GP Toys sent me an RC car. We have a new RC car to unbox. It's the Luctan S912. Leaves the rest behind. Goes 33 miles an hour. So it's a fairly entry-level RC, but it does have hardware slipper clutch, independent suspension, metal drive shafts, and ball bearings. It uses a 2.4 gigahertz radio, and actually the packaging is really nice on it. It complies with a lot of safety regulations as well. It has RoHS, reduced hazardous materials, CE, FCC. It's gone through some certifications, so that's good to see. And it uses a LiPo battery, but it's a bit of a weird one. It's a 9.6 volt LiPo as like 3 AA size type LiPo batteries. So that's somewhat interesting. It's kind of a throwback to what was my old original very first RC, which was like a Nyko or a Tyco 9 volt RC. So yeah, let's get into it and see what it's like inside. This is an entry-level RC. This is just on the borderline of hobby grade versus toy grade. So it's just at the toy grade level, but entering into hobby grade. So it does have some parts repairability as far as I know. So you get an instruction manual here. Yeah, so it does have an explosion of parts and shows you how you can fix it and rebuild it. And I guess there is some part support for it as well. So that's great to see. Wow. They went all out with the packaging. Look at the disco packaging. That's pretty funny. That's interesting. Alright, let's get into it. A lot of tape around the outside. Okay, we got some zip tie wraps. The transmitter is here. The transmitter is very small. Looks like you put a steering wheel in here, and here is a steering trim. The batteries probably go under the door, and like most other RCs, it probably did not include the AA's that you need. Okay, cool, there's the car. Get rid of the disco ball box. The inside here will probably be the other part for the transmitter, as well as the battery and charger. So in here we have a wheel, looks like the wheel for the transmitter. You get the wing. So the wing is kind of an optional part, you bolt that on. Here's the charger. It is a North American style plug that they gave me, so that's good. And it looks like it charges over some weird proprietary adapter, the battery. So non-standard. And it also gives me a screwdriver, probably for mounting the wing. Well, first of all, let me take the body clips off so we can take a look at the truck itself. It does come in a yellow, green, red, or orange. The yellow tires, which I think they all come with the yellow border around the tires. Let's take a look under the hood, shall we? So uses a traditional Lexan type shell. This is a smaller vehicle. It's a 1/12 scale, so it's a little bit smaller than what my normal cars are. My normal cars are run 1/10. This is a 1/12. So yeah, the body shell has nice graphics on it, and it also has a plastic protection sheet on it that I'll peel off in a second. So, interesting chassis design. S912 Truggy, RoHS. How's the suspension feel? I don't think it has oil. I think it's just friction shocks, I would say. Yeah, I mean, it does look like the bodies could take oil, but I don't think that there's any in it right now. And underneath here, so this has a weird type of chassis where everything's kind of hidden away. It is a two-wheel drive and brushed motor. Okay, so your motor's under here. It's kind of obscured. It's a brushed tin silver can motor, and here's the battery. Battery GP Toys, 800 milliamp hour, 9.6 volt. with a proprietary battery connector, so there's nothing that can charge that except for the charger it came with, which is there's the stats. Something else of note, here's your little receiver kind of built in. There's the receiver antenna right there, but the power switch is here. Power switch is underneath this, so when you want to run it, battery in, plug it in, turn it on, and then you put the cover on last, and then your body and clips, so that is a little bit annoying. Okay, I got the wing installed, so it's 4 Phillips screws that it does come with. It actually gives you 6 Phillips screws in case you lose some, so that's good. Gives you a full set of extra body clips and 6 screws. So that's how the wing mounts. I don't necessarily like how the chassis is totally covered, where you cannot see what's actually going on underneath. Repairability probably is a little bit annoying or difficult. The wheel just clips on, you just push it straight on, no foam on the wheel. So, you know, this is kind of toy grade, so I understand, but if I was going to actually drive this around, I would maybe put some elastic bands or some sort of a grip on the wheel, because that's going to slip. It's hard to get a grip on it. Slips in your fingers. Design is nice on the inside, looks cool. And even in the wheels and stuff, the paint scheme is really nice. And it is ball bearings. Look, you get a fidget spinner with it. So that's nice, ball bearings. Take the plastic off the body. I'm not sure if it'd be nice if they gave you a tab to start with, which I don't think they do. Well, I was trying to get it all off in one big sheet and it's still ripped. All right, there we go. There it is with the protection off. A little bit shinier, a little bit more metallic. You also do get a wheel wrench with it. So why don't we take the wheel off and take a look. Okay, so it's hex. Interesting that it's hex on the front, so that means that the ball bearing must be inside the hub. Yeah, there's a bearing. There's a bearing inside the hub. So that's a bit of an interesting design I haven't seen in a two-wheel drive vehicle before. But and then the rear is metal drive shafts, CVD style. So that's pretty cool for a vehicle that costs less than $100 Canadian. Okay, the transmitter does need 2 AA's, and the type of battery door that it does require the screw to hold it in. So use the little screwdriver that they gave you, put in the 2 AA's, and then screw it back down. Oh, and I just checked the power to make sure it actually works. So lights, blinks. Okay. The battery was pretty much charged in the box. I did plug it into a power for a minute and check, so I'm just going to hook up the wires here and we'll get it turned on for the first time. Transmitter on first. Always turn your transmitters on. Whoa, oh, the car was already on. Proportional steering, so it goes slow, so that's good. It's got reverse and forward. Not sure that I like this little top thing. There isn't a whole lot of a point to it. Okay. That was just a little bit of throttle. Little first drive test with the Luctan S912. Well, see, that's the one downside with two-wheel drive. Yeah, definitely a flat ground machine. It's two-wheel drive, right? So you can't, any kind of long grass and it'll get caught up in it. Seems to spin it very easily. Whoa. Be fun on pavement, not so much loose dirt and gravel, because with the friction shocks it's really bouncy and then you lose traction. And you have to be on very low cut grass. Like that little bit of grass stops it dead in its tracks. Just gets no traction. So yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Not really my cup of tea, but if you had a small kid who just wants an RC car, their first RC car, it's probably a pretty good choice. I would say it's better than your typical Walmart style RCs. That's the Luctan S912, and if you're interested in one, there's links in the description. So I will say that there is one bit of a downside to the way it's designed, is that when you're done playing with it, you need to be able to turn the truck off. And in order to be able to turn the truck off, you have to take the body off. You have to take the internal shell off and then hit the power switch and then unplug the battery. So it's like 4 steps when it should just be 1. You know, I can't complain too much considering what it is and, you know, what you get for your money. It's pretty good. But if you're willing to spend twice as much, you get more than twice as good of a vehicle. So just keep that in mind. But if you're looking for an entry-level RC for your kids, I'd say it's okay. It's not bad. It's pretty good.